We're going to entitle this The Lucky Mustang. Lucky Mustang. There was a man that wanted a Mustang. It seemed to be a fashion thing, like a statement at the time. His dad bought a Mustang. Both of his brothers had a Mustang. And so, his two younger brothers had the Mustang, actually. And now it was his turn to have a Mustang. And he knew he could have one. So what he ended up doing was, he prayed about it, things like that. And, he envisioned himself driving a Mustang. That way he could be part of the crew, part of the family. So, his heart became a little weary because he didn't have one. He's looking all in those car ads and looking on Facebook Marketplace and just couldn't quite seem to find the right one. And then one day, as he's coming home from work, and he's always had his mind built on opportunity. He had some money in his pocket from his income tax check, and he was ready to buy his car. He knew he had enough money to buy it. At the time, he's coming from work, nice sunny day, about 70 degrees outside. Bam, there it is. A 1986 black Mustang in very good condition. He asked the guy, the guy that's selling it, he asked him, could he start it up? He said, start it up, please. And the man, he asked, can he start it up? The man started it up. He looked at the tailpipes. Nothing came out of the tailpipes, which is somewhat of a good sign. After, he put the key in the ignition and he checked to see if smoke came from the tailpipes. He saw that was good. The car is started up right away. No hesitation, no funny sounds. The car just started right up with a very nice sounding motor. No taps, no exhaust leaks. Everything seems to be working very well. He looks at the electrical system. Headlights work. Windshield wipers work. And things just seem to be in very good decency and in order. So he tried to talk the man down a couple of dollars, but it really didn't work. He knew he was getting a good deal for what the car was priced for. It was about $2,500. And the young man that was buying the car was extremely happy. He gave the man the money and drove the car home. Had his dad take a look at it, had his brother take a look at it. Both of them approved. He ended up getting insurance, registration, and all of that good stuff on the car. Took it for a nice Sunday drive. It was just him and the car. No cars on the road. Beautiful Sunday morning. Motors sounded good, switching the transmission, switches gears real nice. Car's got a little kick to it. The exhaust was very quiet. It didn't sound like a Mustang exhaust. It was factory. Everything on the car was all factory. All Ford. The car was excellent. As he was turning the corner, a strange paper kind of went into his lap. And he didn't know where this paper came from. It just kind of landed right there. He figured maybe it flew from outside in the car. Or maybe it was inside of the car and just flew on his lap. This little strange piece of paper, he unfolded it, and it had numbers on the paper. The young man said, "I think I'm gonna actually play these numbers." He said he thinks he's gonna play these numbers because they literally fell into his lap. So, on that Sunday morning, the young man decides to go to Quick Check. And he's not really a numbers person. He doesn't gamble, but these look like lottery numbers to him. The numbers seem to just glow and stick right off the page. And two of the numbers was his birthday. So this seemed like a very great sign, a good situation to be in. So the young man went to the counter in suspense, asked for the lady to give him these numbers that he had that was written down on the paper. She said, "Sure thing, I'll do it." And the young man went on about his business. He took the numbers and he also purchased a Red Bull and some almond nuts, salted. The young man decided to drive, and he just had a great time. Windows down, 70 degrees, a little bit of music playing, but just him and his 1986 Mustang. No one to bother him. He drove and he drove and he drove, loving his car. He took it to the beach, ate a burger outside of the car. He didn't want to eat inside of his car because he felt like this car is just too good. Met a few people. A couple of ladies, winked at him because they said to him, "Nice car." The people that went up to him, he started understanding the power of his car. They were Mustang fanatics. They said, "You have a nice car. Hey, mister, nice car. Hey, mister, nice car." He just kept hearing it, loving it. He knew this was going to be a great summer. So he gets in his car, goes home, goes to sleep. He slept really nice. Got into the bed, put his head on a pillow, and it took him a minute to go to sleep because of the excitement and the thrill of knowing that he owned a 1986 Mustang. So after a couple of toss and turns, he finally was able to go to sleep. Woke up the next day and he realized, "Oh my gosh, what did I do with that lottery ticket?" He looked around for this lottery ticket inside of his Mustang. And he had forgot all about it, with everyone giving him praise on his car, with the women winking at him. Shucks, he even had a phone number slipped in his wallet that a girl gave him. He was thinking it was just a business card, but she gave him his phone number, her phone number. He knew he was the man, but he could not find this ticket. He searched and he searched, and then all of a sudden, it appeared right on the back seat. He looked at the numbers, kissed the ticket, and looked at the sky. He checked at so what he did was, he said, I really have a feeling that these numbers are gonna win. These are the specific numbers, because my birthday is right on this ticket. He went to the local Quick Check, which is a convenience store. He went into it and he said, "Hi, ma'am. I'd like for you to check this ticket. I believe that it's a winner." And coincidentally, she said, "I'm sorry, sir. The machine is down. You're going to have to either 1, go to another store, or 2, you can check on your cell phone." He said he didn't want to check on his cell phone. He didn't want to go to another store. But he decided he wanted to stay in suspense. He wanted someone to tell him that he had the winning ticket. So, in a little bit of disappointment, he said, "Fine, no problem. I'll go to another store." She said, "Sorry, sir." And she ended up accommodating him with a Red Bull and some almond nuts salted. He knew for certain that this was an awesome sign, because that was the same items that he purchased when he bought the ticket to begin with. So of course, this has got to be a great sign. This must mean that this is the winning ticket. So he wasn't too discouraged. So what did he do? He goes right on ahead and he drives to the next place. This time, it's a 7-Eleven. Kind of raggedy. He opened up the door. The door on the 7-Eleven was half off. It looks like they were under construction. He walks inside. There's a critter of some sort just walking right across the floor. The young man decided to not pay attention to anything but walk straight, stern, chest up, chest out, chin up, and just being happy knowing that this is the winning ticket. There was a young lady at the register, and he asked her, he said, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you please run this ticket in the machine? I would like to know if this is a winning number." She too, to his surprise, said, "Our machine is down. We can't run your numbers, sir, and I don't know what they are." She said, "You may have to go to another convenience store because we don't know what time our lottery machine will start working. At this point, the young man swallowed some spit. He did a big gulp. He said, "This is getting to be very spooky. How could it possibly be two places with no service? Is this a sign that I should not be playing anymore? Or is this a sign that I need to be patient because my answer is coming?" Oh, he didn't know what to do. His hands began to get sweaty. His palms were sweaty. Sweat beginning to trickle down his face. He didn't even want to answer the cashier that was in the store because he had just been through this. So he put his head down for 2 seconds. Then he picked it up. With his chest out, chin high, and a smile. Knowing that he still has the opportunity. He said, "Thank you, ma'am. I will go to another store." And just as he turned around and just started to walk out, the cashier said, "Excuse me, sir." He said, "Yes." She said, "Would you like some M&Ms and a water for your inconvenience?" He laughed so hard. He said, "This is something." He said, "He's been offered this already today. I will take it and thank you." As he walked out, he remembered never to reject things that people offer you because that could block your blessing. So when someone offers you money or gifts, you're always supposed to accept it and not reject it. So he felt that the universe and God is giving him breadcrumbs before he gets his ultimate prize. So he decided to drive 10 miles down the road. He prayed, he talked to himself, encouraged himself, and found a Wawa's. At this specific Wawa's, there was a beautiful woman that was at the register. He stood in line, not minding to the fact that he was standing in line because he had something beautiful to stare at. Once it was his turn, he smiled, chin high, chest out, hands sweaty, with the lottery ticket. He said, "Excuse me, ma'am." This time, he asked the question, "Is your lottery machine working?" And she replied, "Yes, it is." He said, "And can it read lottery tickets?" With a smile, she said, "Yes, it can read lottery tickets." At this point, his hands began to sweat a little bit more. He smiled, he took a deep breath, and in anticipation, he said, "Can you please check this ticket?" He put the ticket in her hand, looked her in the eyes. Immediately, he felt like he was falling in love. She said, "Sure thing. I will check it right now for you." but if you win, she said, you're gonna be my man. He smiled and he thought to himself, she must have saw my 1986 Mustang. Could it be my chromed out rims? And so he said, sure. I'll be your man if I win. She said, all right. She put the ticket in the scanner, and to her surprise, she stopped. She looked. She said, wait, sir, it's not working. I'm going to try it again. This never happened before. This is so odd. He says, sure, no problem. I have all of the time in the day. She scanned it again. She said, that's funny. It's still not working. But I'm going to try one more time. She said, this has never happened before. People started gazing and looking at them as they're having trouble with the lottery machine. So she went on ahead and scanned it one more time. Bing, 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 bing. The cash register started making all of these cash register sounds. The lights in the building began to flicker. And he said, what is going on? She said, sir, you've won. You've won. And he said, I did. I won. Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. I can't believe it. Thank God. He grabbed the ticket from her, started jumping up and down, fell on a bag of chips, stood up, started dancing. He did the James Brown. He did the Batusi. He did the mashed potato. He did the electric slide. All within 5 minutes. He danced so much that everyone in the store began to dance with him. Police cars came on the scene because they made such a scene. All of these people dancing inside of the store, causing all of this ruckus. The lights were flickering, the sirens were going, and the cashier noise just kept going on the register. He was such a happy man. He took confetti that he saw that was for sale and just threw it up in the air and said, I'm rich! I'm rich! And that is the story of the man with the lucky car.